Alright, what's up guys, it's Nate here, and we're back for episode number 3 of the Breaking Point playthrough on F1 2021. In the first episode, we won the 2019 F2 Championship, and then wrecked our teammate at Australia in our debut in the 2020 F1 season, and then last episode, we got hit by our teammate Casper Ackerman in China, and then ended up finishing P8, had an argument, and we're told that Casper really hasn't liked us from the get-go, from learning that we're going to be his teammate instead of Daniel Ricciardo. So we'll see how that plays into the story here as we go to episode number 3, chapter number 3.
It's that time once again, the final moment before lights out and the charge down to turn 1. Who will come out on top at Paul Ricard today? We'll find out soon as the French Grand Prix gets underway. The circuit Paul Ricard then, a 3.6 mile track, 25 miles east of Marseille. 15 corners here, 6 to the left and 9 to the right, with the main overtaking chance expected going into turn 8. Top speeds today should be around 205 miles per hour. Here we are then at the circuit Paul Ricard in France, the 10th race of the 2020 Formula One season. And the standings are starting to take some kind of shape, Ant.
Yeah, exactly. You've got your big three jostling for position at the top, so no surprises there. A little less predictable in the midfield, though you could make an argument for Alfa Romeo underperforming somewhat.
The two Alfa Romeo drivers denying each other points, perhaps. Well, it's all to race for, and there's a lot of the season left ahead of us. So let's see how it all pans out. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Leclerc, Sergio Perez and Ricciardo, Norris, Vettel, Sainz and Lance Stroll, Ocon, Ackerman, Devon Butler and Albon, Gasly, Grosjean, George Russell and Aiden Jackson, Magnussen and Nicholas Latifi. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
Okay, we've not quite had the start of the season we'd hoped for, but we've got a chance to make up some ground today. Try to keep your nose clean and show us what you've got. Good luck, Aiden.
Here we go, French Grand Prix at Circuit Paul Ricard, 10th race of the season. Things not going so swimmingly for us, not doing great in the points, not doing great with our relationship with our teammate. He's kind of an ass, but that's neither here nor there, because I guess he thinks we're a child. If you've watched the last episode, and if you haven't watched the last episode, shame on you. Go watch that now, or wait until you watch this one and go watch the one before it. So let's go default strategy, softs to mediums. Works for me. Let's get this race going and try not to kill anybody here on the race start. We start P18, and we're going to go just right off the gun, a pretty good start. Use a little bit of the overtake, get around the outside. A Gasly, trying really not to run anybody over. It's hard to see around you from the TV pod. Especially don't want to run into Ackerman there. Go around his outside and then make a little contact with Lance Stroll. Not really what we wanted to do, but hey, a good start. But here he hit Stroll again, jeez. But a decent start. Here's Albon, just much faster than us. He's power down low. Brake late, really blew that. Trying to give him as much room as possible, and he's well behind us here. So, slotting in nicely at P12. From P18, lights out. So, a solid start for us here, and now we're just going to work our way. Stroke run up into us a little bit. They're going to try to go around his outside. I don't know how I got a warning for that collision, but I guess I did. Yeah, three of the guys that we're trying to get past here lined up right in a row, and we're gonna get by Carlos Sainz.
Okay, you're in the top 10.
And into the top 10 after one lap. And like I said, I tried between episodes 1 and 2 to fix the difficulty to make it a little harder, but I couldn't, as he did get past Esteban Ocon. And so this won't be nearly as challenging as I prefer it to be, but it is what it is. It's a fun little playthroughs. We get by Norris there,
Great pass.
and now we've got to set our sights on Daniel Ricciardo. But he wasn't the greatest last year, was he? As we get around his outside, we get boxed in by his teammate Leclerc. One of these cars is going to be ours next year, I imagine, as Alfa Romeo is kind of the sister team to Ferrari. Really send that corner, but still making our way. As Hamilton and Verstappen set the fastest lap back to back, and then I set the fastest lap right there
Fastest lap of the race.
in an Alfa Romeo. So I am, I guess, just the greatest most talented driver in the world, and it's definitely not the result of me overestimating how difficult this was going to be and picking the lowest of the 3 difficulty options. As now we get inside of Ricardo, yes, and complete that pass, and up to P5. Not that anything that's supposed to be crazy is really kind of gotten out of the way. Pit stops are all done. I've gotten my position. It's just a matter of defense here. We'll go ahead and just take you guys to the end of this race, so I'll see you all on the other side. Back past us on the outside of turn 1. Going to be a pretty good battle between us two here.
Focus. We need to stay on form.
Yeah, it's inside again here, but he's running up the track a little bit there. Don't tell me when we cut. I'll tell you when we cut the corner. And then we go wide. Completely abusing track limits rules, but it's okay. Because I guess the stewards don't care. I didn't get an option to turn black flags on or black flags off here, so penalties on or off rather. So they may just naturally be off. Maybe I'm just stupid and I did have an option and didn't see it. Coming here to the white flag. Staying behind Perez is going to try to keep Ricardo behind us. He's going to go right to the outside, or at least try to. We'll go a little wide in the turn to kind of check that, as he's really right up on our rear wing, all over us, but not able to do anything there. We're looking at what could be a fantastic points haul here in France with the fastest lap and a P5 finish. Looking like that'll be fantastic for the Alfa Romeo team. And maybe it'll finally get me on Casper's good side, because he finally approves of whatever he has to approve of. I don't know. I know the last episode he doesn't like me, never has, because I'm a child, I guess. Just to be fair, the model they use for Aiden, he looks like he's 13. I'm not even kidding. He's definitely looks quite young. Oh, Perez swings the rear toward me. Lewis Hamilton wins again in a shocking upset at the French Grand Prix. That means Verstappen P2, Bottas P3 in the most unexpected podium in Formula One history. And out of the final turn, Perez will come across P4, and I will come across P5, completing the goal of beating all McLaren and Renault drivers.
Great work out there today. Let's have your thoughts. Aiden, it's a great result for you here today. The team must be delighted with a solid points finish. How are you feeling?
Let's go ahead and say it's solid. There's room for improvement because I want to be the best.
Yeah, I'm good. It's a solid result, but there's always room for improvement. I'm sure we'll be looking at all the data from today and working out how we can build on it for the rest of the season.
Well, it's such a great result, especially since it's your first season in Formula One. Would you say you found your feet now since the jump to F1?
I might go with the bottom one here, so a little spike towards both Ackerman and Butler, who both have kind of talked about how I can't handle a Formula
I
One
reckon so.
race car.
I'd say the result today shows I can handle an F1 car just as well as an F2 one, no matter what people say. I think the team would agree with me.
So there's no current tensions within the team. We've all seen that you and Casper have locked horns so far this season. Is that something that's now behind you?
This is interesting, because I think this might be able to play into what happens further beyond. I might get into the more petty response. If there's a problem, it's not my problem. It's his. I'm beating his ass anyway.
Well, that's up to Casper. Maybe he thinks I'm yet to prove myself. Who knows? Hopefully today's gone some way to doing that. If there is still a problem between us, it's not from me.
Appreciate your time.
That's going to do it for this episode of Breaking Point on the F1 2021 game. As always, thank you so much for watching. And if you haven't watched episodes 1 and 2, what are you doing? Go back and watch those before you watch episode 4. That's it. Thank you all so much for watching. Take care.